Dave Scott, Media. It's the December show with Leigh from Simcoe Natural Foods. Boy, the year's gone, Leigh. Where did it go?
Oh, yeah, it flew by, didn't it?
We had lots of fun doing this show. We got to make lots of different things. You made lots of different things. I just stood and admired, do my part where I just ramble on. But one of the things that you said to me off air that we were talking about with what we're playing with today, what you're playing with, is the aroma. Remember when you were talking to me and I'm like, oh, that's the part I don't get. Oh, darn. We got to figure out how to do this on a computer where I can get this that feel. But what are we making today?
So I have raw cacao and I'm making these raw cacao ginger cups. So it's like a little chocolate cup filled with crystallized ginger.
And can you tell the folks and what exactly is cacao? Because not a lot of people know.
So cacao comes from the cocoa bean, which is where we get chocolate. And when they process it, before they actually do the Dutch processing, where they make the powder that we usually associate with baking and making dark chocolate, you get the raw cacao powder. So they separate the butter or the fat from the powder. And so I've actually got both. The raw materials that come from the cocoa bean. So I've got the raw cacao
powder and the butter.
Powder, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know the butter was a powder too. That's pretty cool.
The butter is it's sort of chunky.
Okay.
Yeah, and it melts easily, but it does stay solid at room temperature, and it actually has lots of good fats in it. So it's got omega-3 in it, omega-6. Omega-9, and it's got lots of fat soluble vitamins like vitamin E. So both of these things are just really rich in nutrients because they haven't been processed yet. So they haven't been heated, they haven't lost their nutritional value, and they've got also lots of minerals as well, and enzymes too because it's still raw.
So it's in its purest form, and so these are two of the main ingredients for today's show, correct?
Yes, and so I'm basically putting them all back together and making raw chocolate.
Oh wow, okay. And then you did say ginger as well?
Yeah, so I have crystallized ginger medallions. They look like this. So it's just the ginger has been dried with sugar, so it does have cane sugar in it, but it's organic. And then you're just going to finely chop those medallions up, maybe 4 to 5 of them. And you just sprinkle them in. I've got these little paper cups that you pour the chocolate in after you've melted it. You sprinkle in the ginger and let it cool, and it hardens up.
So do you put the ginger in last? Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay. I thought maybe it went into the pot as well, but it doesn't.
No. So what I do is I have a double boiler. I actually just use a glass bowl that I have and boil. I put about 1 inch of water in a pot. Bring it to a low boil. You don't want the steam blowing out the sides and burning you, so you have to be careful. And then you chop up the cacao butter, a cup, put it in here, stir it until it melts. We're going to sweeten it with maple syrup because, again, electrolytes, minerals, super good for you. I've got 4 tablespoons. So once your cacao butter is melted, just whisk in the maple syrup.
Okay.
And then you whisk in the raw cacao powder as well until it's all smooth. And then I use something to pour it into the paper cups. So something like this that has a little edge on it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
A nice pour. And
so how long is that on the stove for? How long does it?
Well, it takes a few minutes to chop up the cocoa butter and the ginger and then bring that to a boil. It takes maybe 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes to melt it all together, whisk it together so it's nice and smooth and uniform. So you're getting all the maple syrup mixed in and the flavors mixed in. So yeah, 5-10 minutes.
And then when you pour it into the cups, it sets, obviously.
So you don't fill the cups right up to the top because you want room to sprinkle
the ginger.
A pinch of your chopped ginger, like this. It's a good handful of it in there. And then I usually set it in the fridge to cool and
Okay.
so firm up. And then you can keep them for about a week at room temperature, or you can keep them in a container in the fridge as well. They make a nice gift or a treat, and not overly sweet as well. And then the health benefits of the raw cacao and the raw cacao butter are just amazing as well.
So my problem would probably be eating one, I'll want to eat four. Does that happen with these?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Ah,
you're gonna want to eat more than one for sure. And they smell divine, like your whole house will smell like chocolate.
that's a great smell at Christmas too. It fits right in.
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be a good maybe after dinner little treat because the ginger is very soothing, supports your digestion, and the raw cacao and the cacao butter are anti-inflammatory. And they have lots of nutrients that actually help. They're called flavonoids. So they're a certain type of antioxidant that helps lower cholesterol,
Oh,
helps
wow.
blood sugar. The fats help control your blood sugar, helps increase blood flow to the brain. So it's good for cognitive function. And they actually help support your body in nitric oxide production, which is a chemical that is involved with heart function, cardiovascular function, energy production. So, I mean, yeah, you can't really go wrong.
Would you now, what would you recommend? Just one or two a day? Like, would you, you know what I mean? Like I said,
Yeah,
I would get
a
carried
day.
away.
Yeah, yeah, just one or two a day because it is like pure fat. The cocoa cacao butter is,
You said there's good omegas too, didn't you?
yeah, it's got good fats in it, and it has multiple different types of saturated fats that are also better for us than like the animal forms of saturated fats. So it's going to help keep your arteries nice and moist and supple. If you buy the cacao butter, you can actually melt it in your fingers and put it on your skin as well. It's really
Oh,
great
wow.
for skin and reduces inflammation. So it's got lots of uses.
And will you have you like everything here again will be available at Simcoe Natural Foods, so you can pick it up there, correct?
That's right. Yeah, we've got the cacao butter, the ginger, the cacao powder. We've
So with
got the
this
syrup.
and with this batch, how many would I get?
I usually get between 15 and 18 little cups, of like this size.
That'd be probably pretty good for the kids' lunch too, wouldn't they?
Yep, I sent them
Nice.
today. Yeah.
The nice part is too, you could probably decorate them up a bit more, do whatever you want with them, folks, and have some fun with it over the holidays. And
Yeah.
that's a nice treat. Nice, like somebody's coming over, right? A
Yeah.
healthy snack that you can put out.
You can put anything you want into them. You could put cacao nibs, which have a nice
Yeah.
crunch to them. You could put dried cherries, any kind of dried fruit you want.
Oh yeah, I never even thought of dried fruit would be excellent in there, wouldn't it? As well.
Cherries would be pretty because they're red. And, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
getting it. You're getting it all ready. It's what you do. You get ready for these seasons, the events, and help people. So what I would do is, what I would recommend is going to Simcoe Natural Foods, folks. Pick these things up. See Leigh, see Laura. They'll help you. Get your supplies that you need for the holiday season. You guys have a lot more in there too. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about the other things you can get for the holiday season. You guys always have lots of small little snacky things that you can pick up and purchase that are already done, correct?
Yeah, exactly. We've got like gluten-free crackers. We've got oat nog. We've got fun things.
What oat nog? Is that what you said?
So instead of eggnog, it's made
It's
of
oat
oat.
nog.
Yeah, oat nog.
Ooh,
Good
okay.
too. Yeah, so
Hmm.
there are lots of little alternative things for maybe your guests that are vegan or need something gluten-free, because this treat would be both vegan and gluten-free as well, and low in sugar as well. So yeah, we also have lots of gift ideas too for Christmas.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great. You could probably get gift certificates too, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's funny you brought that up because I can't remember. We did a podcast this week. I think it was with Lori Unplugged and Barb from Dover Apothecary. And one of the things that we were talking about, and this fits right in your wheelhouse, was people nervous about going out to dinner at other people's houses because maybe they don't eat gluten. And we were just talking about, maybe make your salad that you like and take it with you.
Yeah.
And when you being in your field, is that a big thing? Like, do people come to you and say, "Hey, I've got to go to this party, but I don't eat this. You guys at the store help them out?
Yeah, definitely. We get people coming in that situation, or they're having guests
Yeah.
who have dietary restrictions, so they're looking for an alternative flour or, dessert idea, or they've already got a recipe and they're looking for to fill that with some unique grain, like millet or amaranth or buckwheat, or the flours made out of those. So we have those things, and we have an amazing selection of really fresh organic spices. So
Oh
like when
yeah.
I make my gingerbread, I just buy the ginger, and it's so fresh. Like it just has so much of a punch to it because it's fresh, and you can buy whatever quantity too. So we've got anise, we've got cinnamon, the Ceylon cinnamon. So yeah, we cover all those things.
It's kind of cool that people are so much more aware now, right? When they're preparing a meal at the holiday season, when folks are coming over, just to be aware of what your guests,
Yeah,
or what your own family can eat and can't eat. Like
yeah,
we have a very diverse menu when it comes to Christmas here, just because of different food allergies. My wife's been vegan for 25 years, 30 years. So it's always something a little different that we try and create. But we've kind of learned that the good part is at first you're like, oh, you got to change everything. But then you start finding all these cool recipes that you can try, and it's something new for everybody.
there's so much available out there on the internet. Like you could pick up an ingredient you've never used before, and then you can always find something to do with it. You know? So
The part I like too is that if you come to the store and I've got to make something or I'm doing something, you're going to help me pick the right choices that are both nutritional, right?
hmm,
And help the immune system and do all those proper things rather than something that's just, something from a supermarket that's not really it's probably going to do more damage than good.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. Even the gluten-free products that you can buy aren't necessarily better. They still add certain
Yeah. Other things to it.
sugar and salt to make it taste good. So if you can find a way to do it yourself, it's satisfying, right? You feel good about it and you know what's in it. And I feel like it's becoming more common for people to ask too. Like, if my children are going to a birthday party, I get the question, do they have any food sensitivities? Like people care about each other and making an effort in that respect. So that's nice.
Do you want to give a shout out for the holidays from Simcoe Natural Foods while we're here? Because this is it. This is the December show.
Oh yeah, well, happy holidays to all of our great customers, and we appreciate everybody coming in and asking us questions. We really like sharing information, and we hope we've been a help the past year, and hope everyone stays healthy over the holidays too and has fun.
Thanks, Leigh. Thanks for doing
Thank
this.
you.
Take care.